feels like early this morning. It is 9 a.m. I said I'd be on at 9 a.m. Here I am. 9:09 a.m. Whatever. I'm almost 10 minutes late. Whatever. I am on, and I am tired as a mofo. But I also want to really do some raids. I really want to get some shit done. I really wanted to play this game today. We're here at the raids already. Good morning. Today's plans are I'm not going to be on that much this afternoon. I plan to play as soon as my wife gets off work. I need to go DoorDash because I'm a broke mofo, and my wife said I need to go DoorDash because she is tired of making all the money right now, and I need to DoorDash so she can get her Christmas presents for her cousin. That's literally a conversation we had. She's like, I need Christmas presents for my cousin, and I can't buy everyone's a present, so please go get DoorDash. It was getting a little cold, so I put on some pants. Put on the pants. Oh, I'm testing mic shit. Put on the pants. Pants. Okay. Maybe if I I don't know, turn some of these knobs down, turn that up. That probably would help a lot. Maybe, I don't know, who knows. Turn the music, in-game music down just a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's see. We need to go, actually, before I start TOBs or anything like that, we need to go do some farm running. Oh yeah, Seed Dipper, duh. Okay, what's all the places that have a tree right now? Should have never fallen for it in the first place. Touch me, make me all about it. I bleed, you dream, we scream, not dramatic. I don't do that anymore. Pretty sure I got a spade sitting there with the. Shit, really? Oh my god. Okay. Teak saplings. Ooh, I got a lot of battle staves. Craft a lot of orbs. Make a lot of little money. Mahogany, teak, sapling, palm, willow. Alright, let's go dig site, get those mahoganies planted first. Ooh, and all three of them are still growing. They're still fucking growing. That's great. That is funny. Okay. What about Faldor? Belladonna seed. Huh, that's funny. I've already done my nightshade, so whatever. Ooh, 82. Chop down. Can this tree just chop already? My neighbor's getting pressed by the cops, asking him when is he going to get rid of the car that's in his yard, and it's like, the car's been sitting in the yard for a long time now, and y'all just now are finally pressed about it? Me and him wrote just looking at the cops like, y'all are being assholes. Like, I get it's almost Christmas, and y'all are trying to get that Christmas bonus, but quit harassing me, or else I'll fucking post it up on the internet and then make y'all's life a living hell later on and and sue your ass. I'm so tired of these cops. Fucking small town cops will do everything they can just to try to fuck with you. Once, like, I showed these cops they were in the wrong the other day, and they were like, well, I'm coming back next week to check on blah blah, and then next thing you know, the next day they're out here again, but they're messing with my neighbor. And my neighbor just came over like 20 minutes ago, right before I started the stream, and they were like, yeah, do you know who bought your old car? Cause we need to get rid of our car now. And I'm like, just post it up on Facebook Marketplace, dude. That's exactly what I did. It's like, I don't know what the neighbor's trying to ask. Is the neighbor trying to ask me to help him sell his car? Because if he is, okay, cool, say that. Don't just come up to me and say, what'd you do to get your car sold? Who'd you sell your car to? Do you still have their number? It's like, dude, I don't save personal information of other people. I delete that shit as soon as, like, I get done, talking to them. As soon as I get done have the interaction with them, if I know that me and that person ain't ever gonna have a talk again, I go ahead and delete numbers so we ain't, so I don't accidentally give out that number again to someone random, It's not my duty to give out other people's personal information either, so yeah. I got another buddy who is, he got a call yesterday saying, hey, my mom's a lawyer, so people call me all the time asking me advice, and I'm like, I don't know much of what, but I do know that a lot of that sounds wrong, so let me ask my mom is like an opinion from her of what I should do if I was in that situation, and then she tells me, and then she asks me, she's like, are you in that situation? And then I'm like, no, buddy is. And then she's just like, okay, as long as you're not in that situation. I'm like, well, could you help me if I was? And she was like, I can, but I'm, again, like, your mom, so there's a conflict of interest there, and I can't be your own personal lawyer. I'm like, yeah, I know this. Because your bias would all be towards helping me only, A lawyer's got to be a biased person who isn't, like, related to your, can't be your mom or dad or whatever, uncle, grandpa, can't be related to you. Technically, if you didn't know this, you can have your friend be your lawyer. But it also depends on, okay, so the political of interest thing. So your mom or dad, okay, I just looked it up. Apparently, your mom and dad can be your lawyer, but there's problems of there's conflicts of interest and shit like that. It would have to be like, say you're suing. So basically, It's all just about conflict of interest and what the. It's all about the legality of the thing you're trying to do. That's really all it is. Your mom and dad, your grandpa, they can be your lawyers, but people say they can't just because it's conflict of interest on certain things. They want people who have open minds to, everyone around. When it comes to like a government thing, they cannot represent you at all because it is a straight clouded. It's considered straight clouded judgment of they're just there for your best interest completely. Um, Say if it's like, I guess in the case of my mom witnessed the cops whoop my ass or some shit like that, and they just did it for no reason. Like, they just came to my property. Just saying, this is actually almost what happened. The cop came to my property. They complained about my dogs barking. I said, well, my dogs are barking, you know, you're coming at the time when there's no noise ordinance in our neighborhood. There's no noise ordinance where I live. There is one after 10 p.m. And I'm pretty good about keeping my dogs to stop barking after 10. Now, sometimes they do go out in a rush in the middle of the night and do like a little bit of barking, but every dog does that. And I will wake up sometimes and tell them come inside, and they're very good about coming inside. Um, Funny thing is though when the cops were here to complain to me about it, I was like, there's no noise ordinance right now. And they're like, there is a noise ordinance. I was like, when? They're like, 10 p.m. I'm like, well, you need to come at that time then. You can't just be coming in the middle of the day. And they're like, well, we came in the middle of the day to get you to see if you're home. And I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how that works at all. You need to come at the time of when the noise ordinance is happening. You need to come then. You don't need to wait till the very next day and then complain the next day. It's like, no, you need to come that night. Like, that's kind of how shit works. But the cop called me a piece of work after that because I was telling them how they were in the wrongs too and all that. And then my wife's grandmother comes outside and gives her 2 cents in about the dogs. And the cop took that as the grandma coming outside and saying she doesn't want the dogs at all in the yard and that we need to leave. So I looked at the cop and I said, if she wants me if she wants me to leave, she can do it legally because I've been living here for months and like a year and all that shit. Like, she can't just kick me out. Also, I'm living here with her granddaughter, who, and we all came here to help this old lady to begin with, and yet this old lady is like going crazy just because I have dogs. This old lady is one of those people who are like, if you have animals, you ain't got nothing, then you ain't doing good in life. And it's like, why? She's like, you treat them animals better than you treat me. And I'm like, yeah, because you treated me like shit since the day I met you. Why should I treat you any good? Since the day I met you, you've all been judgmental about me. My dogs sit here and love me and don't make any judgment. That's what really gets me. That old lady actually said, okay. And then while the cop was here, she asked me personal stuff like, why aren't you what do you do for a job? It's like, I work in construction. Right now our work is pretty slow, so I ain't really doing much. And then she has the audacity to be like, why aren't you working? Why don't you go out and do something? I'm like, I'm door dashing, okay, bitch? So, yeah. And then I actually called my mom up, and my mom is like, that has nothing to do with the current conversation. Why you're here? Can you just give him his ticket and leave? And the cop didn't give me no ticket. Wanna know why? Because they came when the noise ordinance had already, it was in the middle of the day. They can't give me a ticket. They can't. They were dumb. I don't know why. That's the thing. They just came up. They basically, 4 cops came to my fucking house. One of them left after they noticed they couldn't pull their 4th car up into our driveway. So it was 3 cops in our driveway. And the one lady cop is the only one who decided to come up and talk to, even though the guy cop came up to me first and was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, hey, how you doing? The lady cop is the one who came up and started asking questions. And I will say this, being the biggest bitch that looks like Jeffrey Dahmer I've ever fucking seen. Um, um, but yeah, that Jeffrey Dahmer looking bitch, she, wouldn't quit harassing, basically just harassing, constantly asking me questions as personal, and it's like, you do know you're a cop of the law, you don't ask personal questions like this, you need to stay in your lane, mind your own damn business. Quit asking me questions about, like, what if I came, see, that's the other thing, my mom, I went up to my mom, and I was like, I called my mom later, and I was like, should I go up to the police office and can make a complaint? And she's like, yeah, you should, you can if you want. So I did. And I make a complaint, and I went up in there, and I was like, I asked the sergeant, and I'm so glad I wasn't the bitch again, because she apparently has been there so long, you would think she's a sergeant too, but she's not, so whatever. But anyways, tell the dude, and I'm like, you're Jeffrey Dahmer looking sergeant won't quit messing with me and my family, asking me personal questions that is not towards the case, only came up there to complain about my dogs, and the next know it's, hey, you need to get kicked out, you need to move out of that house now. And I'm like the cop literally looked at me and said, this lady doesn't want you here, you and your dogs need to get out now. And I looked at her and I said, we've been living here for a while, I get mail here, she wants me out, she has to legally go through the process of kicking me out. Also, I'm married to her granddaughter again, so she kicks me out, guess what, when she's kicking her granddaughter out and she's kicking the kids out. Because you kicking me out, you're kicking my family out. That's exactly what I told the old lady. I was like, you kick me out, you kick the family out. You can't just kick me out. Like, it were a package. And then, it's, I don't know, old lady's really weird. She has not signed any papers yet. She has not kicked me out yet. And this has been over 2 weeks since this happened. 2 or 3 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks, yeah. And they said they'd be coming back tomorrow. For what? What are they coming back tomorrow for? To check on my shed. Because my gaming shed apparently is a living space, but I keep telling them it's not. And yet they're like, well, you have this conduit pipe with wires in it feeding power to your shed. And I'm like, yeah, and? They're like, you can't be doing that. And I'm like, yes, I can. What law says I can't run power out to my shed? And they're like, no, you just can't be doing that. And then my wife's grandma decides to put in her 2 cents, saying, yeah, I don't like them running these wires out here like this. And I'm like, it's in conduit! Hold on, wait. You know what? I'm gonna go take a picture of it real quick, and I'm gonna be like, I need to save this shit, actually. This shit's funny. Okay, so I just made a little video to kind of explain. I gotta send this video to my Okay, sent to my email on here. Let's see if it's sent. Did not. Exceeds the attachment limit. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I'll just show the video on my phone then. Make sure the next video after that isn't something raunchy. No, it's a tag number of some bitch who cut me off. Alright, hold on. Where do I got... okay, pom 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 pom. Okay, so